don't mind my mess. Just pretend that it's all nice and clean over here. But happy Flip Through Friday, even though it'll probably be Saturday by the time this uploads due to my technological challenges this week. I am going to do a flip through of my supply flow. And as I flip through it, look at all this chunka. I will explain to you what I mean by a supply flow. So I made the spine with some snippet that I had, and I sewed it down the spine. I had a whole bunch of pieces from shirts and fabric scraps and some it comes from a whole bunch of places. So I did it with a Mother Goose cover. And what is a flow? I believe it was Rosemary Morris was the first person I saw create one of these. And she got the idea from the magazine / book company called Flow Books. And what they are is they are books that have a whole bunch of papers that you can take out and use in your art. So she started making flows that are bound. These are like reproductions from Sears and Roebuck. They are bound by just tying, loosely wrapping the signatures. So what I did was I loosely wrapped it with my 2-yard chunks of fibers. You know, I don't know. I don't remember how many signatures. 3, I think. 3 or 4 signatures. 4. There's 4 signatures, and you get a ton of fiber. It's a ton of fiber with each signature to use however you want. They're all 2-yard pieces. So you could pull the pieces out, okay? You could pull them out, and you can use them however you want. And I call it a supply flow because, that's something I just threw in, I guess, because it is to stock your stash, so to speak, okay? I include a ton of papers from a ton of different places, okay, including some of my pockets that I made. These ones are not sewn in case you want to sew them, and this is a Vera Bradley coloring card. So, yeah, and then I include a bunch of my collage cards that I do on occasion, greeting cards. So this is just a big mishmash of stuff to stock your stash with. It is a supply flow. It is full of different supplies. This is all greeting cards with gorgeous pictures to use, beautiful sentiments if you'd like. The art and the illustrations on these is just beautiful. Beautiful. There's vintage. I got a lot of vintage stuff in there. This is from someone's report card. This is the rest of the binding from this one signature. Like I said, it's 2 yards, so I just kind of wrapped it all in loosely so that it stays untangled. You could sort your own supplies into flows, and I do that too. My napkins are organized in a flow fashion, so I can pull them in and out of the binder I have them in, and I have them bound with elastic bands, so I could just stretch it out and stick things in there. These are old checks. And this is book page. I get these from, I get ephemera out of a lot of books, so that comes from there. I've sorted papers that way, like, especially Happy Mail stuff. A lot of times, if I get large pieces, not little cards and snippets and stuff, but large pages and stuff, I'll put them all together in a flow and pull from them when I feel ready. This is the second signature. I don't know how many pieces are in each signature. You'll see. It's a lot. And this is going to be listed in my Etsy sometime over the next couple of days. I gotta wait for the sun to come out so I could take some pictures of it. But I include all different types of, like, these come from a local tourist ad. This is from a book with art. It's actually an art catalog, so it's got a lot of different art, famous artwork in small little pictures. This comes from a clip art book. This is from a botanical book. I dyed the pages on it. This is from a really fancy coloring book that I have. So you get like, you know, a bunch of pages from this. This is like this little dude, monkey dude. So yeah, lots of stuff. And I like to create supply flows to help give people little tastes of stuff, an old envelope, a little taste of different things without buying a gigantic book. See, so here's the fibers from the second signature. Just laid them up. So, you know, you like this picture, right? You like this poem, you like whatever it is. But you don't want to buy this whole kid's book that's like, you know, yay thick. You don't know where you're going to put it. This is just tastes of a whole bunch of different little books that you can use and pull things out of and add things to. And I made sure that I used a large cover so that there's no limit on space of pages, sizes that you could put in here. Okay. So we're on the back end of that signature now. I'm sorry, I got like some kind of chesty, congesty thing going on here. And if you're new to the Flip Through Friday, it is a hashtag. There is a large and getting larger group of very talented artists who participate in this hashtag. It's like a collaboration, open collaboration. It's very loose rules. There's no, you know, this is a Flip Through Friday. This video probably won't get uploaded until Saturday, but we'll just pretend it's still Friday, right? Just pretend. Yearbook. This is from a yearbook, 1950s yearbook. There's lots of yearbook pages in here. This comes from a stamp collector's book. So yeah, when I looked up the hashtag Flip Through Friday, which you could click on in my title, it has the hashtag should be highlighted in blue. This is really old, from like the early 1900s music sheets. It said that there are 69 different artists so far that have participated in this hashtag. So get your stuff out, do some flip throughs of it, and use the hashtag, because I love going through and looking at all the Flip Through Friday stuff. This comes from a Greek book. This is a catalog for plants. Look at how gorgeous that flower is. I love that sketch style. And you got one on this side too. So you could turn this into a card just the way it is with the two sides. Now I put a ton of ephemera in here too. Some more of my collage cards. This is my little pocket. The only difference is I sewed this one. You get a bunch of tickets, some time cards, more of my little collage cards, different sizes. This is a piece of scrapbook paper. This is from comic book. This is a comic book layout pages. Okay. So yeah, get on the Flip Through Friday train. Go and watch some of the other girls and guys. I don't know, are there any gentlemen doing this? So go and check some of the other artists out. So these are calendars with awesome pictures. And, you know, jump right in. Jump right in. I'm sorry, I'm kind of hijacking it because Christina's Shack, she's the one who started it. But I know, you know, I just know that she would love for anybody to join. So go on, start flipping. This comes from a rose book for different breeds of roses. Gorgeous pictures. Oh, this is the middle. See, I got the pieces up here. But yeah, these books are awesome. They are an awesome way to sort your own stuff if you want to create your own Flowish. Rosemary Morris has called them Flowish books. And she has a group on Facebook where she also, I don't know if she started them back up yet, but I know before COVID, monthly they did a swap. You swapped a Flowish book, and I have gotten some gorgeous things from people. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous things from people in those swaps. So these are some old things. 94. This was not from 1994. Okay. 1920. 1905. So this is some old ephemera pieces. I love the fountain pen stuff. These are some postcards I have. And this is like one of each from the book that I got. Tucked into my little pocket. I have wallpaper in here. I have wrapping paper in here, which we are going to get to. This is from an old dictionary. We're back to the old music pages. So yeah, I like to offer these in my Etsy store for people who are looking to add a little bit of different style papers to their stash. And this is the whole bag of goodies, which we are also going to look at. It's full. You want to add a little something to your stash. This is a very nice quality wrapping paper. I have some of my paper clips on here. Let's see if I can move this a little bit. And in here, I have tucked all kinds of things. So this is stamps. This is die cuts, including some tabs in this little envelope I made. These are dyed papers and some flashcards. Everything in here is usable and removable, okay? Nothing is glued except for, like, you know, the pockets that are sewn and stuff. Those are pockets. You're meant to use the whole thing. But you can disassemble this and reassemble this any way you want. Some more flashcards. This is from my Fussy Cuts. I got this. This is from a greeting card. I have got some of my birds in here and my plants. This is another, I made these little envelopes out of deli paper, and let me tell you what, that was like the hardest thing to ever fold. It's like really slippery to do. Some more die cuts of tags that I have embossed out of file folders. This comes from an old dictionary. They're like little flags. Lots and lots of die cuts in there. These are vintage. They're old blue index cards, and they're old because they're really thick. That's how I know. So I included a bunch of my little paper clips. This is a vintage wallpaper. This is a piece of vintage wallpaper. This is a piece of vintage wallpaper that I have tucked. What do I have tucked? It's like Christmas for me too. Like I forget what I put in here. Itty bitty die cuts, butterflies, hearts, little shapes, little scalloped edge squares, and all kinds of things. All kinds of little ditties out of all different kinds of paper. More die cuts. These, I believe, are all flowers. More flashcards. Forget my words, y'all. I'm tired today. I am tired. This week has kicked my buttocks. Kicked my buttocks right in the buttocks. This is also a vintage wallpaper, and it's velvety. Another, it's all my vintage wallpaper. I've got tons of wallpaper. Tons and tons and tons. And more. I just bought more wallpaper. Another envelope that I made. A larger one. And in it, I've got more cards that I have collaged. Ooh, look, a little notepad that I make out of my scraps sometimes. See, look at that. Put a nice sticker on there. These are from scraps, little foldies that I stamped on. Butterflies. These are scalloped. I took a whole bunch of my dyed dictionary pages and I glued them to a packaging box, so it's like a scallopy card. More scraps. This is like a playing card. More scallopy things. Scallop. These are embossed. I am, again, manila folders and thick file folders. I will emboss them. This wallpaper I don't believe is as vintage as the other ones, but I don't think it's very new either. I think it's probably 30 years old or better. This one isn't that old either. And this one has a little flaggy paper clip. And in here we got more cards that I have sewn and I have collaged on. And some, you know, printable style ephemera pieces. This is like on a vellum. More stuff. This is a book page out of a kid's book, which is really cool. Really cool stuff. So these are all folded in half too, mind you. So that's why I have them paper clipped, to turn it into just one gigantic pocket. So they're folded in half, so you actually get double this. Okay. Oh, here's the rest of my tickets and time cards and stuff. time cards, tickets. I think there's more tickets somewhere. This is just, and especially if you're like not, if you're newer at this, these are like really, oh yeah, some stationery pages I've got. Apples, it's fall time, good time for apples. This is especially great if you're newer and you are just looking for a big variety of stuff to play around with. You don't quite know what kind of style you want to go with, because I'm the same way. I've been doing this for many, many years. And I'm still always playing with different styles and different stuff. Oh, these are all from games. Game cards. A bunch of those. Like score sheet stuff. So this is good for that. Like if somebody else made something like this with their stash, I would probably buy it to play with all different stuff. Oh, vellum. Vellum sheets. A whole stack of vellum sheets. And I have bought Flowish books from things, and I've gotten them in lots of swaps. Memo pages. And then that's the cover. The covers I did with paper like this on the inside. That is the whole book. Now, I also have this giant bag of stuff. So, I included a bunch of my pockets. These are for the corners of these are, corner pages. I've got singles. And I've got doubles, see? More doubles. And I got crissy-crossies. Get some crissy-crossies. A picture of a fish. There's just a whole mishmash of stuff in here. I make these pockets where you can stick a whole bunch of stuff in, so I included a whole bunch of these full of stuff. Receipts, book page. These are dry cleaning fluid tickets, 1963 edition. This is a vintage piece of ephemera. Old postcard here. Old postcard. So that's in that one. This one here, I've got I have some book page bicycle ephemera pieces. These are all from the same bicycle book. Another vintage postcard. More, these are deposit tickets. February 4th, 1977. So I got this. I've got this is a little envelope. And get back in there. And another vintage postcard in the back. And more stuff. Deposit receipts. Some vintage recipe cards. This is a restaurant in Massachusetts. This is an old card for them. And this is an old check from 1906. This is someone's notes from their shorthand. You get a report card, a certificate from 1932. The report card is from, I don't know when, from some point, for Franklin. It's Franklin's report card. I don't know when that's from. Book page stuff. I love these end pages in books that have writing and notes on them. This comes from an old composition book. Old book. That was falling apart. I was able to keep some of the signatures intact. So you do get a couple of pages. You do get a couple of the folios from that. These are tea bags that have been cleaned. This is a random piece of ephemera that I've had kicking around. This is a photo, elementary school photo. This is a double-deck tour bus from Canada. There is a map here, Colonial Williamsburg. This is one of those photographer's cards. I forget what they call those. This is old, from 1920. It's got the little Asian ladies on it, and it's, a letter written to somebody. Lake Champlain ferry schedule from 1982. Some more old postcards. Somebody had them all attached and on a wall or something, so I just left them attached. Some old business cards. This is a bus ticket, or a train ticket. This is an old business card, but it's like made out of wood. This is an old calendar from 1951. Little tourist cards that you get. This is the Yukon, Lake George, the Southerner, and Elm City, North Carolina. These are some book pages from a really cute kids book. These are some book pages from, this is like organ mechanics. These are book page pieces of ephemera that I made. So I backed them on different pages. I use the end pages in books a lot of times to back them. Another piece of my book page ephemera. A scale, a lizard skeleton, and a picture of New York City. Or it might be Chicago. I don't remember. It was a book about Broadway, and they had some stuff of New York and Chicago in it. So yeah, this is my Flowish supply flow. And like I said, I will have it listed in my Etsy. You can get it from the link tree down below. And don't forget to follow this hashtag and catch some of the other great artists and friends of mine that participate in this collaboration on a weekly basis. And get involved, man. Start doing some flip throughs of your stuff. And I hope you all have a great weekend. Ta-ta for now.